How to be a Stoic. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus was born a slave, around 55 AD, in the Greco-Roman spa town of Hierapolis, present-day Pamukkale, Turkey. The first line of Epictetus' manual of ethical advice, the Enchiridion, "Some things are in our control and others not," made me feel that a weight was being lifted off my chest. For Epictetus, the only thing we can totally control, and therefore the only thing we should ever worry about, is our own judgment about what is good. If we desire money, health, sex, or reputation, we will inevitably be unhappy. If we genuinely wish to avoid poverty, sickness, loneliness, and obscurity, we will live in constant anxiety and frustration. Of course, fear and desire are unavoidable. Being a Stoic means interrogating those flashes, asking whether they apply to things outside your control and, if they do, being ready with the reaction, then it's none of my concern. Reading Epictetus, I realized that most of the pain in my life came not from any actual privations or insults but, rather, from the shame of thinking that they could have been avoided. Everyone feels those flashes of dread or anticipation. Being a Stoic means interrogating those flashes, asking whether they apply to things outside your control and, if they do, being ready with the reaction, then it's none of my concern. Epictetus' advice: when alone, call it peace and liberty, and consider yourself the god's equal. In a crowd, think of yourself as a guest at an enormous party, and celebrate the best you can. If you want to become a Stoic, he said, you will dislocate your wrist, sprain your ankle, swallow quantities of sand, and you will still suffer losses and humiliations. And yet, for you, every setback is an advantage, an opportunity for learning and glory. When a difficulty comes your way, you should feel proud and excited, like a wrestler whom God, like a trainer, has paired with a tough young buck. Born nearly 2,000 years before Darwin and Freud, Epictetus seems to have anticipated a way out of their prisons. The sense of doom and delight that is programmed into the human body. It can be overridden by the mind. The eternal war between subconscious desires and the demands of civilization. It can be won. In the 1950s, the American psychotherapist Albert Ellis came up with an early form of cognitive behavioral therapy, based largely on Epictetus' claim that it is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. If you practice Stoic philosophy long enough, Epictetus says, you stop being mistaken about what's good even in your dreams. Thank you for watching.